Welcome, my brothers and sisters. Cold out here. Vegan crypto in the house. Not in the house. Out in the beautiful trail. Excuse my out of breathness. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing amazing. It's Friday. You made it. You made it. How will this weekend be? C90, what the hell is up with you? What the heck is up? You must be multitasking between your brother Vegan and your boys over at Discover Crypto. I hope you're going to have a good Friday. I think we're going to have, I know we have a lot of sell pressure C90. It's 100K and a little bit above there. So we could crash hard after that or we could blow through it. Unlikely to blow through it, as you know. Good morning, Monica. Good morning from Vegas, I believe, right? Hope you're well. So I couldn't jump on yesterday. When it's freezing here, it was snowing and freezing. The wind was out. It was crazy. So it was the first day I didn't run. I worked out. I haven't ran for I don't know how long. Oh, well over a year. And my wife's like, that's good. Give your body a rest. My mind didn't like it. Saw a great movie the other day. We do movie days. I do with my 15-year-old, take her out of school. Sometimes on Tuesdays, and we saw the movie Here, H-E-R-E, with Tom Hanks. Freaking awesome. With my other daughter, I saw Smile 2 the other week. That was killer. And I don't even like horror movies, but Here, the movie Here. C90, go see that with your wife, not with your kids. It's pretty deep. One camera, one room. It's freaking awesome. Like I said, Here. It's pretty deep. It'll put some things in perspective. I'm a big fan of that movie director and writer. Indeed. You can't say indeed from London, Indiana. Indeed, my friend. I say we need to send it to 105K. Yeah, we're going to have some resistances, I believe. We have to. It's the battle between the shorts and the bulls. No. The shorts and the longs. I try to get that terminology out of my brain. It's hard. You have animal words for everything you do, So I try, when people say beat a dead horse, I always say beat a dead tofu. People are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, you'd be amazed how many animal terms are in your brain. Euphemisms, if you will, right? Like ham. Well, ham is not ham. Beef is not beef. All right, let's not start the morning with vegan shit. We will start it with how we're all going to 10, 30, 40, 50 times XR money. Last time I watched a movie in theaters was 12-ish. I'll wait for it to be... No, you can't. So here's the deal. Unless you have this type of theater. I stopped going to movies a long time ago because of the seats and because people are chewing and this and that. Well, it's not like that anymore in certain theaters. There's no one in them. C90, there's no one in them. And you can lounge. They're recliners now. They're lazy boys. So you can pick your seats before you go there. You can see how you can do it right there, right? 10 minutes before the movie. And you lounge. We snuck in, movies are a fortune right now. I went with my daughter not on the cheaper day the other week. It was like, with that and popcorn, it was like $60. But there's cheap days. And what we do is, we snuck in a place called Portillo's. They're garden dogs. They're vegan hot dogs. And then I went to another place to get our fries. We snuck it in. There was no one around us. It's not like that anymore. Theaters are going down, I'm telling you. Here will not be as good, even on a big screen. So if you can find a theater that has the recliners and they've modernized it, it's different. It's not like you remember in 2012. That's when I stopped going. Anyways, what's up? I am him. What's up? XRP will really pump when Lost 2 closes. Okay, it's pumping now. That's part of my topics. Now, my hands are fucking, excuse my language, freezing. So I'm going to try to go through a few things because I'm seeing, since I'm new to X, Twitter, thank you for your support on their C90. It's kind of not my thing, but whatever, I'm going to do it anyways. I am seeing craziness on XRP. What are you going to do when XRP reaches 1,000? Hold it and lend it to the banks to get 10% on. That's not happening. Nor will it ever reach $1,000. This is for my XRP brothers and sisters when they jump on here. It can't. XRP will do great. Great for XRP will be $5 to $10. You have to understand, I'm not going to go into it now unless people have questions. If you're new to crypto and you come on later after the stream, you can look at my other videos or look up tokenomics. Let me explain XRP real quick. Market cap and token supply has everything to do with price movement. If XRP has like something like 50 or 56 billion token supply on circulating supply, they have 100 billion total. Okay? So it means it takes a ton of money to come in, and it takes a ton of volume. They've been doing like 10 billion volume. If they didn't have 50, I'll just say 50 billion right now out on circulating, let's say at 100 million, it would be at $100 right now, XRP. It'll never reach $100. Let me explain. For XRP to go to $7.50, and I'm doing this kind of in my head, the market cap has to be 410 billion, more than Ethereum. Now, XRP used to be number 2 in front of Ethereum. It got flipped, and then it got flipped by BNB, and it got flipped by Solana. I believe it's going to overtake Solana if it keeps it up. Why? Because it doesn't take much. Even though it's $1.50 and Solana's 260, there's a difference in the circulating supply, the amount of supply that's there. So people who hold on to XRP and think, oh my God, it's going to go to $1,000 one day. It's not. When I bought it in like 2015, I knew that would never happen. I thought $20 maybe. But I also, at the time, didn't know Ripple was dumping as much, and they didn't have 50 billion out. I think it was like 20-some billion. I don't even remember. Back then, I didn't even pay that much mind in market cap. For XRP to reach $10.50, it has to be 574 billion market cap. Can it do that? 100%. Will it do that? I don't know. Can it do it? Yes. Think about it. Think of all the volume it's had, and it's only at $1.50. If that was injective, it would be $100 with all that volume. I hope that makes sense to my, I'm seeing on X all these crazy things about 5,000 and it's going to be the reserve. And, I'm not an XRP hater. I own it. But I do want to apologize to people that have asked me about buying XRP. And I've said, don't buy that. Don't buy, not financial advice, but my opinion, buying that, Cardano, or Polygon is not a great move. I knew they would go up. No one anticipated it going up like this. No one knew 100% that Trump was going to win. No one knew 100% that Gary was going to announce, resigning. So for everyone who believes XRP is going to, go to $20, $30, $40, it's going to be very difficult to get to $5. But it can. If momentum keeps up and all that good stuff, and a ton of money comes into XRP, and Ripple stops, dumping on us, and institutions start talking about it, and Brad's actually involved with the Trump administration or talking like he says he's going to, or he has been. He's been hinting at it. Yeah, you're going to see a $5 XRP. That's why I'm not selling it now. I said I'd be happy to sell it at $1.50. No way am I selling it now. That's why plans change. Okay, let me look down here now. Sorry. It's so important what I'm saying there for people who are new to crypto. XRP to 500 by Christmas. Yeah, C90. Yep. C90 knows that just can't happen. He wouldn't have sold his XRP if he thought that could happen. If it all depends on how fast things move. I have a price target of a couple dollars for XRP. That's not my target anymore. Hell no. Now, if some news came out and Trump lied to us and they're going to keep going with the case and all that, I'd probably sell XRP. That's not happening. What's up? XRP will really pump when lawsuit. Okay, I read that. There's a great movie theater by me called Maya Cinemas, and it's great. That's awesome. If you like scary movies, go watch Smile 1 at home and then Smile 2 before it's gone. That is crazy. The new Bob Dylan movie comes out. The movie about Bob Dylan that I'm stoked at, but I'm old. I hate Bob Dylan. Don't hate him. You just can't do his thing anymore. But early Bob Dylan was revolutionary in the 60s, so pretty psyched about that. Big facts. Thank you. I'm cold out here, too. I'm freezing, dude. My hands are frozen. If you move, you just move. What you doing? I'm walking. I just ran. But I see a $10 XRP. Yeah, if we get into a serious bull run, which we are, excuse me, I got to warm up my hands somehow. We will. And I will say this, it's been forever since it got warm out and since I got enough subscribers to go mobile. I'll probably start doing stuff on my laptop. I haven't done it. Let's see if that software works. Once it gets too snowy and all that stuff and too cold, I'll go back to doing some streaming on my laptop where I can show things. I'm just not showing my ugly face. I don't want to scare off my community. Got to get back to work. All right, I am. If there's anything you need, let me know. Thanks for jumping on. Well, still only 56% circulating spot. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Cap, XRP Army calling for coin burning. Yeah, but it won't matter. That would be lovely. I'm calling for it. I call for it on every project. It doesn't necessarily do much, right? It'll be lovely, but for them to do that, they've got to burn like 49 billion. Because even 1 billion token supply limits you. It would be great. XRP would go huge, but I mean, token burning, they've got 50 billion out, dude. It's not going to do much. It really isn't. So we can call for that all we want. There's a way. It doesn't necessarily translate into price. It's more of a gimmick. And that's not me being negative. Trust me, I'd love for them to burn, 40 billion right now. Hi, Quandale. I was wondering if you would sell last night or not. No, I'm not. No. I tell you, I have a sell point in my mind. When I bought XRP, my sell point was $100. And then I started digging in deep. I'm like, oh, it's never going to get there. So I'm holding. I'm not selling a penny. Not a penny until I see what's up, for months and months. I'm not looking to do it. And even Cardano, with everything that's going on, you got to change your plan. My goal was $1.20, $1.50 Cardano. That still may happen, but if Charles is actually going to be, their supply sucks too, but if he's actually going to be involved with government, I don't know if he is not. He's kind of a bullshitter. I'm not selling it anytime soon. I may sell some, but what am I going to do with it? So, I mean, the nice thing with that and XRP, it's long-term capital gain. So it's still too high, but the capital gains on it will be much lower than stuff I bought this year, obviously, right? That's a lot of horse poop right there. I want the Backrooms movie, like the concept. Yeah. The crypto drama on X is too much for me. Yeah, people bullying each other. X is a cesspool, but I'm on it because people have told me, but I just don't have, I keep saying like, Bitcoin to 100K, woohoo! This and all, I'm a little late to the party on that. But I do get some good first news on that, I will say. So, I'm following some people who I support. Just need respectful conversation. That's exactly right. That's what I try to do here. So Bitcoin reserves on exchanges are plummeting due to FOMO demand in ETFs, obviously, which is great. That is a supply shock. Hash rate, is going to all-time highs. I will say this, many charters, and TA guys believe we're going to hit around 100K, then crash 40% like we have in, it done in history. Example, like 69, 68,000, back down to 20,000, then back up. There will be a lot of long liquidations heading, right now, piling up, which could drag us down pretty low. I do not believe we're going back down to 60K. Anything can happen. But with institutions and such FOMO here, I think it's hard. You never know. I don't see that. But these are what your charters are telling you. These are what your TA history guys are telling you. We'll definitely have crashes. We could have a huge, sell at 100, 102K, but I think 40% is unlikely. Like I said, I think if we head down to the low 90s, high 80s, which I hope doesn't happen, theoretically you would think that money will go into your alts. The majority of your alts will crash hard. Some of them will go up. There's always a couple if you're diversified like me. Even when all my stuff is red, which we'll take a look at in a minute, there's a few in there spiking up. Like Velodrome, that started peaking up. Why? Because Optimism's doing well. It's on the Optimism chain. I think once we hit that $100,000 threshold, it's going to wake up a lot of minds. People will start dumping if there's a big sell-off. That's just how it goes. Profit-taking miners, whales, all that stuff, and they'll buy it back lower. There will be so many people buying the dip at 80 or 90,000 if we get down there. So many. Michael Saylor will get crazy. people will be taking advantage of it. The ETF, not all the ETFs, some will sell, but I believe BlackRock will go nuts. What we do have to look forward to is you never know what's going to pass. Are you surprised in ETH ETFs have been a dud? No, I'm not. That's why I didn't buy ETH before. I'm not surprised. But ETH will have its day. I was never a believer that it's like a 10,000. It could go to 10,000. I just never was a believer in it. Otherwise, I would have bought it. I'm not too surprised. I do believe you might start hearing about Solana or XRP ETFs more. Cynthia Loomis' bill for Bitcoin Reserve is, wonderful because she's not talking about spending our tax dollars. She's talking about selling off gold in our reserves, notes that we have, and keeping Bitcoin we already own, the government owns. That would be incredible in starting a reserve. We're never going to get everything we want, but just the talk about it is wonderful. And especially if the rest of, the House and the Senate start talking about it. Very good. Very good. I knew when Trump won that Gary would have to resign eventually. That just happens. The new administration comes on. That's what happens. If Harris would have won, we'd be in big trouble. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Harris. I voted for RFK, but we'd be in big trouble. I believe it would be the same old stuff. Back to XRP real quick. I do believe if we keep heading where we're heading, it will overshoot Solana again. Why? Just because, not because of price, because of the market cap. But I beat that enough. That's enough of that. What do I think about ETH's future? I think ETH's future is fine, but I just don't. I think other chains will be out there. ETH's future is so good because it was kind of the first of what it did. You know what I mean? It's like IBM was the first of what it did, kind of with computers and everything. But at some point, it ran slow, it was expensive, so on and so forth. And then you get other people with new technology that they can modify better, all that type of stuff. So I think ETH's future is fine. That's not something I would be investing in. I don't see, unless something really changes, I think there's way better holds and buys. That's just my opinion. That's not why I'm not a big holder of it. I think it will, when it makes a run, it will be at 4,000 before you know it. But who cares, right? XRP just, more than doubled in a week. ETH won't do that. ETH won't go from $30-some hundred to $6,000, $7,000 in a week. I mean, anything's possible. I don't see it happening. I think it has a future. No one knows the future. I think it has a future, but it's not in my playbook. So many things are built on it, though. You do have to remember that. But when that goes up, your L2s will go up as well, which they did get a little spike. I'm not a buyer of L2s either. But it's not going anywhere, in my personal opinion. Apparently, the HBAR Tesla news wasn't as direct as I thought. It never is with HBAR. HBAR, I'm not a fan. I own HBAR. I never recommend buying it. I think ICP might replace ETH at some point. I don't think ICP, I hate to talk about projects like this. I'm not a buyer of that either. I think it's great technology. I just don't think it will. I think something else besides ICP will take it. If there's a takeover, which, look, they've been talking about ETH killers forever. We'll see what happens. I will say there's so many streamers and YouTubers tucking tail now, admitting they were stupid about XRP. You got Joshua Jake, Drew, George, Ran. Let's be honest, I was telling people not to buy it either. So I did appreciate Josh's video yesterday coming out saying, whoops, I was wrong. And Drew a little bit too. I appreciate that, There's still no reason for the meanness, though, out of people who aren't into XRP. There's no reason to, cut down communities. I still hear it. Oh, it's going to drop back down to 50 cents. It may. Who knows? But what good does it do to kill a community like that or hurt, be a jerk to a community? Now, I think they're crazy, most of them, thinking it's going to go to 500, 100 even, and it's going to be a reserve or whatever it may be. But there's no reason to tear them down. I'm not an ICP fan. I think it's great technology, but it's not something in my book. I'm not going to tear down the community because people think it's going to go back to all-time highs. I don't believe it'll ever get to all-time highs again. I mean, it's very low price for it to get to $400 or $500 is not possible in my book, but what the hell do I know? take a quick look at the market. I don't like ICP's chances of flipping ETH now. I think it's an impossibility. Doesn't mean it's not a good project. Did you hear about treasuries being tokenized on HBAR? I did read a few things on it, but we got Ondo, got other things in regards to that. I mean, HBAR might do well, 40, 50 cents. People think it'll get to, but to me, I own it at 5 cents and have very little of it, and it's just more of a exposure to it, if that makes sense. I just am exposed, right? I even bought like a moron Floki yesterday for the hell of it, because I didn't buy Pepe, I didn't buy any of that stuff, so I have Bonk and Floki. Those are the only two memes I own, and it's already up money. I didn't put enough in it to make a damn, and it's at least like, I don't know, $9 or $10 trillion supply instead of like 500 trillion. So if I double my money, that's cool. It's very minimal. It's just exposure. I recommend it to no one. AIOZ, it's amazing how when NVIDIA comes out, it's just the AI stuff gets killed. I mean, AIOZ back down to 73 cents. Excuse me, Benki up. I would caution people on Benki. I have so much of it just because of the tokenomics on it and the volume. It's got like 5 billion on it. I don't love that. But I have so much of it, I keep buying more for the hell of it. I mean, every penny it will go up. It'll at least double, in my view, the worst case scenario. If it really gets heat, I'd love to see it at 10 cents. I'll be sitting good. Jerry Banfield exactly said I was wrong about ICP. That's very respectful, but I think it will be better. Jerry Banfield's nuts. Please don't watch his videos. I used to watch him just to laugh. He makes everything way too complicated. If you listen to Jerry Banfield, you'll buy nothing but but ICP. You'll buy nothing but ICP. I know you probably like watching with his shirt off. I'm just joking. He's the things he's saying is smart, but you will buy nothing. He likes nothing but ICP. He's a lunatic. And he's definitely, I personally think, there's certain people that will hinder you from buying stuff. Him, George, there's many others. You don't want to listen to people who are, telling you don't buy this. You got to make your own decisions. If you look at everything he says, you just won't. And he's nuts. He just wants you to buy ICP. Jerry Banfield, that guy is loony. Yeah, exactly. I don't like ICP long-term as I'm not a fan of Definity until performance 5-10x. Jerry is slightly on the local side. He's completely. And he's biased. But will you double or triple your investment on ICP? You should, for sure. I mean, my personal thought. But I'm still not investing in it. Just like I think I can double my money in ETH, maybe. I will at least it would at least go up in a bull run. I'm still not buying it at, $30-some $100. I could take that $3,000 if I wanted one more XRP, put it in something else. And no, I'm going to triple it. Like Avalanche is actually moving for once, almost $40. I've been talking about Avalanche forever. Finally moving. That's why Benki's moving a little bit. Let's see what else is. Moonwell taking a hit. That started climbing yesterday. XRP still at the 145. Can't get above the 150. That just shows you. And let's see the volume here. Excuse me. Volume is 21 billion, and it's up. Volume's up 214%, and it still can't get above $1.50. Why? You probably have Ripple dumping. You probably have so many profit takers like I should be doing. I'm not doing it. I would be crazy in my mind to take profits right now. Maybe I should take my investment off, but I'm up, $160,000 on it. I'm okay. I believe, we get to $3 or $4, I'll start thinking about it. What is the reasons you don't like? Well, C90. There you go. You can answer Quandale. I'll keep yapping. Let's see what else. I'm looking at my portfolio wise. Some green. Proppy really taking a shitter. 1.26. Sorry. Axelar. Very disappointing things like XLR not moving. I love the project. That's one I love. But, you know, you're lucky to get 1-2% out of it. Ondo can't even keep above $1. You know, Ethereum's at up 1%, 3,300. And along with that, Metis is not doing much. Velodrome finally at 11 cents. But I mean, you know, it's up 11%, but 11% from 9 cents, a little below 9 cents to 11 cents. So it's like, whoop-de-doo. That should be at 20, 30, 40, 50 cents minimum. How is it not there? That just tells you the money's not going in those right now. I mean, these are ones I have a ton of money into. And, excuse me. And a lot of them aren't moving. 0.5% moves, that type of thing. Aave should be back at $250, $300, up 1%. Polygon cannot get past 50 cents. That's pathetic. I did see Cosmos up 20%. Look at that. I have a lot of money in Cosmos. No, I don't. Or it's Polkadot, I do. Cosmos, I have barely shit in it. And I'm in at $11 and it's $7. Goldfinch, there's an RWA for you, you know. Look at their tokenomics. I'm not recommending buying it, but I have a bunch of it. Goldfinch, GFI, but I have it below where we're at here. You know, Floki is below where I bought it now. It was up, but I'm only down $12 on it. Whoop-de-doo. I believe it'll go up. Shadow token, one I'm way down on, is actually getting some movement. So let's look overall leaders. XLM up a ton, Monica, but I know you sold it a while ago. It's just following XRP, that's all. You know, one of the founders of XRP is XLM. So they're competitors to each other. Neither of them are going to do the cross-border stuff and be able to get any of that done. But a lot of weird things poking up. You know, Ada's trying to... hey, have a good day. Ada is trying to get to the dollar range. It's just struggling. Look at those dogs. Yeah, I'm happy to see AVAX moving. What about Injective? Is Injective doing anything? Yeah, Velo has a hard time staying above that 11 cent area. It's amazing how strong it was, and it's never been able to gain back that momentum. That's very surprising. Injective, $24. That too, I have no idea why it's not back at $30, $40 and Avalanche is in at 60. All right. Forever speeding. Hey, ma'am, what price should we stop buying XRP? I am a guy. I think anything under $3. Yeah, I mean, I think long-term picture, this is not a bad price to be buying it. I just don't know what we're going to get out of it. I think $3 is, you know, I would have killed to get $3 on XRP with it for over the last, 5 years. Let's see. Sorry, I missed a lot of comments. What is the reasons you don't like Definity? Do I see MicroStrategy hitting 1,000? Oh, I think that could definitely happen. If it depends on two things. Bitcoin's still killing it, and equities market still killing it. Why people are buying MicroStrategy and not Bitcoin, I don't know, but MicroStrategy, you'll actually make more money, I believe, in probably buying MicroStrategy than Bitcoin in a bull run. Now, you will, but you got to sell it. Sell it at 1,000 if it reaches that. I see it if the market does well, which I think it will, definitely 700-800. I don't know, $1,000 is a big threshold, but if Bitcoin gets to where I wouldn't believe it will go, I mean, I've always said it's going to have a lot of resistance at 100K, and it still will in regards to sells and things I went over earlier. But the truth of the matter is we're moving a hell of a lot faster than I predicted or anticipated, a hell of a lot faster. So I only know what I think. I know nothing for sure, but I think MicroStrategy is great. I'm not a buyer. I'm not a buyer of a company that's pretty worthless, except for being a Bitcoin company. To me, that is a horrible, horrible equities investment. For return, you're going to do good. For long term, it's just not my world. I believe in true diversification. I go over this a lot because people who invest in iTrust and all that for their 401ks, I think, is making a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Diversification to be financially successful and free like I am at 52. Diversification means this. You have crypto. You have equities. You have real estate. Maybe you have a business. You have a good career. You have a ton of cash. A ton of cash. I have had, since I was 19 years old, was the first time I was able to get 22 years old. First time I was able to get 100K in my bank account. I've never had less than $100,000 in a bank account. Now, I lived at home until I was 25 and I got married. I worked. I sold drugs at 18 years old. Right? I didn't go to college. I became a trader at the Chicago Board of Trade very young. I did a lot of jobs, sales jobs, teaching, I taught music, all that type of stuff. So the key is I never, even when times were tough, I long time ago, when I was 39, I took a year and a half off of work. I had my third kid, and I had an extremely stressful job. I took a year and a half off, blew through a couple $100,000 of my savings. It was worth it. It saved my life. It saved my life. Sorry I go off on things when I get little questions. I probably need to refocus a little better. So to answer your story, I don't know if it's going to reach $1,000, but it's going to do very well. But I think it's a horrible diversification when you could just buy Bitcoin and then buy other equities. What do you think of Litecoin ETF? No, thank you. I don't think Litecoin will do well. Litecoin was probably the second crypto I bought. I sold it a long time ago. I'm not a fan of that at all. When the head of a project sells all their supply off, no way. So I am not a fan of that. It might go. It'll go up. Ethereum Classic will go up because people are going to come into the market and see Ethereum at $4,000, $5,000, whatever, and see Ethereum Classic at, I don't know, $10, $20, $30. And they're going to buy it, just like I did. I bought Ethereum Classic before I bought Ethereum. I made a crap load of money on it years ago. And it'll go up extremely high. It'll go up to 100, or if we get into a true bull market, $100. I would never recommend buying it. It's a dead chain, but it'll happen. I would never recommend buying Litecoin, sorry. It is lit, though. What price should we stop buying XRP? I already said that. Hi, Monica. Technology is solid. Heartbroken. What are you heartbroken on? Moonwell, don't be. It's where I DCA. Everything has its turn. Just don't be heartbroken. It's going to be all right. It'll come back. We just can never count on one project or two projects or three projects to necessarily do what we want. If something goes up fast, it'll lose momentum. You know this. You know this now. I watched a little bit one of my videos yesterday. I'm like, oh God, I gotta stop walking. I can't help it. You don't want to see my face this whole time. It's cold, but it's probably dizzying for you guys if you're watching it, so you're probably listening. Sorry, did you talk about why you don't like ICP? I needed to go for a little bit. Maybe C90 was. His long-term play is interesting. His short-term play for Microstrategy is just to take on massive debt to deploy into Bitcoin. Exactly. I think he's wonderful. I think he's a lunatic, but bless his heart. He's got no kids, nothing like that. He's great for Bitcoin. He's unbelievable for Bitcoin. But he's not great for crypto. He doesn't believe in investing in anything except for Bitcoin. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think he's kind of a lunatic, but he's a mad genius. Got to have people like that. I think Elon Musk, same thing. But yeah, so it's a Bitcoin company. That's what it's going to be. Good. I'm glad he's doing it. There's no doubt. I just wish he would talk about other cryptos in a positive note. A couple. Pick one or two. Pick one. Divest. Diversify a little bit. Even if it was Ethereum, I don't care. Or Solana, pick something that you like other than Bitcoin. I understand why he only likes Bitcoin. I get that. He's a true maxi. I think it's a hindrance to other things, but it's not negative. I just wish he would open his mind a little bit. I do understand his mental thinking, though, on it. Truth of the matter is Bitcoin is the best investment, was the best investment, right? Buying it at 100K, thinking it's going to go to $1 million. I never thought it could. It could someday. It definitely could someday. But we have to see what happens. We have to see how high we go and where we crash. Because we will crash. And we will crash 50, 60%, I believe. And what will cause that is serious macro stuff. Serious macro. It has no choice. But then people will buy it again and rinse and repeat. The supply shock is real. Just like nobody will know when the cycle ends. The cycle will end when equities crash, and there's something that goes on, Iran or China or some economic issue. But I think Trump will try hard. COVID was out of his hands, but I think he will try hard to do what he can. He's got too big of an ego to, let things go south. So I think he will really fight to do crazy things. To clarify, I like ICP, I just don't like Definity. I don't think ETH will be flipped by ICP. No way. No, it will not be flipped by ICP. It may be flipped by XRP. Only way is if it gets crazy. It's actually, it has to 7.5x to flip it. And if XRP doesn't, or if Ethereum doesn't really move for a while, that can happen. It'll be very difficult. And that would be in a serious, all-in apocalyptic bull run. But no one knows when the cycle ends. When people tell you exactly this date and we got another quarter left or you have 30 days, nobody knows. Volume at 100. Oh, yeah, there is a huge sale volume at 105K for Bitcoin, just so you know. Like I said, it's going to be a major fight there. Price predictions in crypto. There's certain things I always bring up on the streams. There's certain things I like to go over time and time again. Just be careful of price predictions. What people say, no one knows. You can theoretically look at numbers and all that, and okay, it's going to 10% from all-time highs. This and that. That's not true. There's not enough data with alts to go on by that. And data is always changing with the time. So if you think something's going to get to all-time highs, it's not necessarily true, because when something's in the bear market, and excuse me, I've talked about this a million times, but it's important. And C90, guess what I'm going to use? AMP. AMP had like 30 billion token supply. All-time high, I think, was it's AMP. AMP. They were pretty big last bull run in regards to what they were doing. They were working with retail to buy Chipotle and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I bought it just to make money. I don't care about what it does. And it got an all-time of 12 cents. Got all the way down in the bear market to 0.00013, something like that. And in that time, they released another 40-some billion token supply. So now it has an 80 billion token supply. And the market cap's huge. Why? Just because of the token supply. So for that, it's not ever getting back to all-time highs, to 12 cents. For that just to get to a penny, it's astronomical. So don't think, a lot of things happen in the bear market that are not great for projects. They disappear. They just, whatever, maybe. Even dead chains will go up. But because of the token supply, it makes it tough. It takes a lot more volume to move it. So just be careful of price predictions. People throw that out because why? Because they know that's what people in the chat want to hear. Where's ICP going? Where's ETH going? Where is Floki going? Where's whatever? They don't know. I don't know. I know where I want to sell. And really, I know more in regards to my opinion on the projects I own, which are vast and many. Hope that helps. Nonprofit, spend money, blah, blah, blah. I thought ICP was the only blockchain that could demonstrate actual AI. Yeah, AI is being a disappointment right now, and Near should be a hell of a lot better than it is. Something real quick that I'm going to address, non-crypto related. Why I say brothers and sisters and call some people brother. I'm 52. I've been saying that since I was 15. Not to everyone, but I truly believe we are all brothers and sisters in this world. I'm not a hippie. but I think a lot of times it's warming and it's welcoming. And there's a lot of people I call asshole. And I hear Alex Becker saying, you got to stop saying bro and all that. You know, he's, 30 years younger than me or some 20 some years. I've been saying it since before he was born. It's a lot easier. And, I do believe that we all have more in common than we don't. We're just very divisive right now. I mean, we've been divisive since the beginning of time, but I don't want to be that way. So if there's someone I know, I feel good about them, my community being that here on YouTube. I truly believe that. We're here to help one another. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to be hurt. I want to see if we can do something to help each other. That's why I say it. When I'm a stranger, someone holds a door for me and it's a guy, I'll say, thank you, brother. My boss, who's a very tough Philadelphia guy, East Coast guy, calls me brother. Why? Because when I was at the Board of Trade, 21 years old, one of the guys I work for, a guy named Joel Newell, he's probably dead. Great guy. Gave me like $2,000 at my wedding. Great guy. Said, I love how you call people brother. This is back in the early 90s. I used to say back then, it is what it is. I hear that everywhere now. Not that I'm a trendsetter, but it's just, I like to, I try to be nice. How about that? I don't always succeed. So welcome. I've seen, my last live video did 1,200 views. That is huge for me. I normally get 50 to 80, a couple hundred. So I appreciate that. I only got like 7 or 8 likes on it, which is funny, but that's okay. And no subscribers out of it, like 10. And those were only people on my channel at the time. They subscribed. It's kind of funny. If I would have gotten 1,000, 200 subscribers from that, people who watch, holy cow, that would have been lovely. I would have done some type of giveaway, something. 5 Bitcoins I would have given away. So anyways, if you are new to here, subscribe. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'm a different channel. Might change a little bit more when I have to go inside because it's getting too freezing. But but I welcome you all. Why is Near Protocol not even at $6? How is that even possible? With the great earnings. I know it didn't beat Nvidia's earnings didn't beat Goldman Sachs' expectations. That's the thing. And I have to deal with this all the time. I do $10 million one year. And the next year they want me to do $13 million. It's crazy. Nvidia does, $30 billion and they do $35 billion the next quarter. But they didn't do $40 billion. I mean, it's crazy, even though the expectations are like 32. Unreal. But Goldman Sachs' expectations were higher. I mean, AI should be exploding on crypto right now. It's not. At least mine aren't. Near should be AIOZ, 73 cents. Can't necessarily recommend buying AIOZ anymore, even though I like to buy more of it. I think it'll do fine, but it's a bummer. And Monica, don't worry about Moonwell. I mean, it keeps shooting down and then back up. It's almost at 6 cents again. It's, I've brought up my average price of buys because I bought so much more from under 3 cents to like 4.5 cents. That's shitty DCAing, but I believe, Moonwell, I'm going to get 20, 30 cents out of. Hopefully 50 cents. If I get 50 cents, I'll, make 50, 60 grand. Oh yeah, Benki. Benki up to 0.160. I love it. Axelar can barely move. What's popping right now? Because I'm on my phone and my other hand's freezing. I think I've gone over all the topics, so I want to answer questions. I just like the ICP's tech a lot. At what point do you stop DCA vegan? Okay, wonderful question. Cap or die, wonderful question. The best way to DCA, my brother, is when it's going down and you believe in something. Or not always that you believe in something, right? If you bought something at $2 and it ends up going to $1, but you DCA all the way down, or you DCA a shitload like I did with Proppy. I brought my average cost way down because I was buying in 80 cents. My first buy-ins were like 137 and all the way down, and then I bought a crap load at 80 cents, and I brought my average buy from like 135 to like 90 cents. That's brilliant DCAing. Right now, you don't stop. If you believe in something, like Moonwell, if you believed in that, and I'm not telling you to believe in it. I believe in the project, this and that, and the team. I don't like the tokenomics of it. And it kind of had its wind. It's over for right now. It'll come back, I think. Highly unlikely it's getting back down to 3 cents. So with DCAing, if you truly believe in something, you just keep buying. I've told you, and this channel, this is not me bitching, I'm sorry. I'm coming off a little aggressive there. That's not my intention. It's more passionate. Don't mix up my passion with aggression. It's never aggression, it's passion. I've told everyone that I stopped, I'm done buying Benki like over 100,000 Benki ago. I keep buying it. Now that it's at 0.160, if it drops again, I'll buy more probably. But it has to go to like 150, 0.150. That's not even 2 pennies. Does that answer your question at all? I can go into more detail, but I mean, if you have conviction and you believe something's going to go up, you keep buying it. I have tremendous regrets on one. I don't typically have regrets in crypto. I'm going to name 2. I'm going to name 3. I didn't sell AMP at 5 cents when I could have last bull run. Okay, but I have a bunch like that. My next one is not buying a shitload of Bitcoin at 15 and 20 and 23 and $30,000. I'm very angry that I didn't put in $400,000 to buy that. I'm not even angry. I'm just stupid in regards to that. And stupid is the right word. I knew better. I should have bought more Bitcoin. I bought other things. But even with those other things, I had the money to buy it. Big mistake. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, selling Aerodrome at like 40 cents. That was stupid. No regrets, but stupid. But I did buy other things with it. But I could have bought, I was more free-nilly with having that cash out of Aero, and I sold Polyswarm that I owned, which was kind of a mistake. Sold Stacks. I have no regret on selling Stacks. Anyways, let me look at your comments. And do you ever sell everything, or do you continue long-term diversified accumulation? I do. The goal is to sell everything, right? Depending, yes. I'm diversified, but I will sell if I'm smart. And that's why this channel is so important. And the truth of the matter is, other channels are important too. That we communicate to each other that we're selling. That's why I started this channel. I didn't do it to make money on it. I started it so people don't get hurt. And guess what? You keep me in check and I sell, right? If you heard C90's comment earlier, I was wondering if you sold some, XRP yesterday, which I talked about $1.50. I'm going to sell maybe some. I'm not doing it because the narrative has changed on it. If Harris would have won and Gary was going to stay and XRP got to $1, I would have sold all of it, 100% of it. Excuse me. So I have over 40 some projects. My goal is when they're in decent money, some of them maybe are just in okay money, I'm going to sell them. But we're not near the point of being in a serious bull run yet. It's a Bitcoin run and it's some alts here and there. XRP is not even in a full bull run. Think about it. It's only like at $1.46. If that's our bull run, what's the point of the stress? Excuse me. Does that answer your question at all? So I will sell everything except for Bitcoin. Everything. And I'll have to say I don't have any regrets, right? If it goes up higher and I didn't sell the top, that's okay. I'll be annoyed. Trust me, I'll be annoyed. If I sell Benki at 30 cents and it goes to $1, I will be very angry at myself, but I'll get over it. I lost $6-7 million when I was 29 years old. I got over it. Does that help you? Your channel is great. Part of my must-watch list. Thank you, Cap. Hot sauce. Morning. When to sell Moonwell? What's your target? Okay. It's going to change. Hot sauce. I love to see 30 to 40 cents out of it. It's got to, the token supply is a little rough, but I mean, it could jump up quick, but it has no momentum right now. It really doesn't. It's trapped in consolidation, non-interest, lower volume. Not total capitulation, but I mean, it's selling off, accumulation, like idiots like me buying it. I'm buying it. I'll probably buy more, maybe. So I would love to see, it all depends on where we're at in the market, but it all depends. I'd like to see 30 to 40 out of it. Good morning. How are you? Does that help you? Laddering, C90 laddering out of Moonwell around 50 cents would be my pound. Yes, interested in vegans. No, dude, if we get to 50 cents, 90% of my supply I'll sell at 50 cents. But I'm telling you that now. If we blow through 50 cents, C90, I'm not selling a penny, right? If we're at 70 cents, so I have to see where we're at. If I got 50 cents out of Moonwell, which I don't think will be an easy feat. I mean, I know it won't. I mean, but as we say that in crypto, when we're in a true bull run, it could go up to $3 in no time, and it could also do nothing, and it could also just go to 10 cents. Nobody knows. Everyone tells you think all your cryptos are going to go up in alt season if we get an alt season and all that stuff. It's just not true. Many of them will. All of my alts will go up a little bit. Even AMP might get to a penny. And I'll tell you, I'd be happy to get a penny out of it. If it's cruising through there, I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to look to see where I could get out of it. I'm going to use it as a tax write-off. But if I'm able to sell it at 6 cents, that's great. Get my money out of it. It's actually like 6.5 cents. But if I could get 50 cents out of Moonwell, I'd be very, very happy. If Base does very well, it's on different, chains as well, but they're pretty small time. But you're hearing a lot more streamers, YouTubers talking about Moonwell now. But no one really goes into it. They just say, they saw the price action, and all the YouTubers kind of were told by our community here or whoever else on their chat about it. So we'll see what happens. We're still up money on it, brothers and sisters. So everything takes a breather. Everything takes a breather. Yes, your channel is very good. Oh, thank you, Quandale. I mean, this is it. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy while I'm walking. I apologize, but I'm pretty hyper at 52, and I've got a lot of energy. Sitting at a computer is death to me. Should I sell my Bitcoin and buy XRP? You have Bitcoin? I would say no. Depends on how much Bitcoin you have. It depends on what you're looking to do. I think Bitcoin's just getting started. I would say if you're really interested in XRP, I don't know I don't know if you're on here for my earlier part of the video, rewatch that, but we just don't know what XRP is going to do. I think it's going to do very well, but its token supply is very, very large. I mean, if you had a few Bitcoins, sure, I'd sell a half of one and put it into XRP. I think you could probably double your money minimum. Fondale, would you consider investing in other meme coins if we start seeing huge gains across popular meme coins? I have 2 meme coins now, Floki and Bonk. That's it. No, I'm not going to. Well, if they start listing them once they're on Coinbase, that's when I buy them. And guess what? I maybe 5 times my money on it because they're kind of like, they've had their major run. But I think they'll do better once retail comes in. They'll see Floki, Doge, all that, Pepe, Shiba, and they'll buy them. But, it takes so much volume to move them. So that's where I'm at on that. I'm not really, memes are not my thing at all. I'd rather buy cheaper alts, at a penny, 2 pennies. That's kind of my vibe. Am I back? Okay, sorry. Phone calls on my work phone. That happens. I hope I'm back. I think I am. Yeah, it says I am. Yeah, so memes are not my world, but I seen, if that's something someone wants to do, that's fine. I prefer all that. It brings people into the market, which is nice, but I believe it takes liquidity and volume away from alts, which I'm heavy into, so I prefer to go into alts. But I think I'm done. I've got the two. I almost bought Pepe when it got listed on Coinbase, but whatever. I don't have a ton of money in it, a few $1,000s. And so if I get, if I 5x it, I, make $5,000, $10,000, that's cool. If I make $1,000 on it, that's cool. It's fine. It's more of an exposure thing. ADA just crossed 95 cents? You're kidding me. You should really take ADA off of your watch list. C90. You don't need that miserableness. Have no regrets. Yeah, I'd love to see ADA cross the dollar threshold. I wonder if it'll have serious resistance there. I've moved ADA so far down my watch list, and I have quite a bit of it. Not a ton, but I think I have like 20,000. Whoops, let's see. What the hell, where is it? Oh, there it is, 95 cents, look at that. What is the volume on ADA? Volume on ADA, 4.5 billion, up 72%. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Actually hit 96 cents. Let's see if the threshold can be broken at $1. That'd be great. Get to $1.50, really get this thing going. Bitcoin, big struggle, but it's back. Here's the swing of Bitcoin in the last 24. 99,534 down to 96,987. Think about that. Think about those $1,000 swings. And note this, in the bull run, we will crash $10,000. Bitcoin, at high levels, it will crash $10,000. And your alts will get destroyed. But hopefully you're way above where you bought them at that point, and you just buy more. On the ones that are going to pop back up, you just have, what do you have on the side? You have dry powder ready for that. Do not think, if you're fully deployed, you're kind of doing it wrong. You're doing something though. If you have no choice, that's okay. Do something now, like we've been talking about, to get more capital and dry powder on the side for those dips. Because if we get into a true quadrophenic, parabolic, and I'm not going to say Valhalla, alt run, Bitcoin run, you're going to have such huge dips that it's going to scare the crap out of all newbies. They're going to go, oh my God, sell, sell, sell. They're selling, oh my God, Jesus, I bought XRP at $5 and it's now at $4. You don't sell. You never panic sell. You buy. Because here's what happens. Ethereum, let's say it's at 5,000. It will go down to $3,000 and you won't even be able to sell it. If you use Coinbase or Kraken, they'll shut down. And so everyone will be selling. And then it will be back down up to 4,000 with half of that within 10 minutes. So that's when you deploy your dry powder. And it'll happen. Just don't panic. And that's why you take profits along the way too. If you put $10,000 into something, it's now worth 100,000, 50,000, take 10 grand out. Take 10 grand out. 15 grand, how about that? You got some money for taxes, you have some profits, take 20 out. Whatever, because you do not want to get caught with your pants down. We're in it to make money. We're not in it to we didn't go through all this suffering for years upon years to do it all over again and not make money. Do not be upset with taking profits. I told you I'd be angry if I did this and it goes up. I will. It's more angry at myself. My bank account's not going to be hurt at all. Thought it was my internet. How about gaming narratives? Hell yeah. That is nothing right now, but I think it'll do good. I think Superverse has already had a huge run. It'll do well. My only gaming, for the truth of the matter, is Illuvium. I don't recommend buying it. The only reason I bought it, I've had it forever, is because of the tokenomics. I think gaming would be good. I just can't, I almost bought block lords the other week, just to hell of it. Hasn't caught on yet. It hasn't been on fire. So I think gaming narrative should do very well. It'll have its turn. I just don't know when. And I don't really look into it, so I'm not a good advisor on that. Elio Trades or Alex Becker's probably better to help you, advise you on that. I don't care enough about it to want to. I have Illuvium, like I said, and maybe I'll look at a couple other things. I did want to buy IMX. I did want to buy Superverse. They're just not at the prices anymore that I'm going to buy them. I wanted to buy it at 50 cents. Didn't do it. And so, you know, you got to move on. I'm not buying it at over $1. I'm just not doing it. I didn't ask you about Caspa. What do you think? Yeah, I think Caspa's fine. I'm not a buyer, but I think it's fine. It had a big run up. You know, it did very well. But I think Caspa will... It's kind of died off, to be honest with you, but people still love it. I think Caspa will do good. I just don't know where it'll go. I still hold lots of it. You better. Good C90. What I 200K, double XRP will go to 2. ADA is 11% of my portfolio. Oh, damn. Yeah, you know, I bought a lot more at 30 cent in the bear market. But I didn't buy enough because I got frustrated, right? I mean, I could have bought a bunch more XRP too. I did actually buy XRP on the first run up around 70 cents in July a couple years ago when the case verdict came out, the first part of the case. And it went right back down to 50, 40 cents. But yeah, ADA would have been a steal there. It's just, you know, that's okay. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen with the project. You know, it was beaten down so hard. You just don't know. But what wasn't in the bear market? See, sorry, I don't know your whole position. I hold most of my position in BTC, greater than 50%. Trying to max their, yeah. That's what, yeah. C90 Metal, who comes on here, unbelievable mature portfolios. He's got some, you know, C90's got some risky plays in there like me and all of us. You got to have a mix up, I think. Depends where you're at, you know. I'm not a firm believer in Chainlink that it's gonna. I don't believe it'll do $100, but it should double, triple. Caesar, understood. Good. What do you think about Caspa VC? Yeah, I like Caspa. I'm not a buyer, but I like it. I think Caspa is, you know, it just, as I was saying before, it took a lot of. It had, you know, some good pumps. So I think it'll have its next run up again. But you just don't hear a lot about it anymore. And that's important in crypto. It's not the only thing that drives up price because, you know, you'll start hearing about it when it's up 100%. And then it's like, damn, I should have bought more. I think it'll do well. I really do. I'm just not a buyer. I got to like, I mean, I'm just, you know, I'll buy more. I keep saying I'm done buying new projects or new projects for me, meaning like Caspa or something like that. I'll buy more. I'll buy something else when it crosses my path. My bad, I thought you were not reading old comments. No, it's all good. I'm trying to read. My hands are frozen. Is bro in the ballrooms? Lamb. I don't know what that means, but sure. Where are we at here? 98,000, trying to get back up to 99,000. What else you guys got? My hands are freezing. I got to go shopping. We're having a vegan Thanksgiving this weekend. My parents, my sister, who's been going through chemo, bless her heart. First time I've seen her for a while. She lives in the city. So many people have been sick in my house. I can't really go see her. She's doing well. Beautiful girl, beautiful woman. She'll be over with my parents, two of my daughter's boyfriends, vegan Thanksgiving. So I got to get all the stuff for my wife to cook. And yes, it'll be fucking delicious. My wife, only thing we won't have there is the turkey. And you know, that's it. And she makes something else that is pretty delicious, but you know. And then we have the other Thanksgiving at my brother-in-law's next week. But you would never know. From the pumpkin pie to the apple pie to everything else, it's unreal. You got to remember, I wasn't vegan forever. My wife was the last to go vegan in my family. And she is an unreal cook. Unreal. You name it, she can bake it. You name it, she can cook it. We never eat out, really. She cooks every night. from homemade pizza, homemade bread. It's unbelievable. Thank you, brother. Yeah, it's a pretty bad one. It's a pretty bad one, but you know, her last chemo is the day after Thanksgiving next week. And then, unfortunately, it's such a bad one that she's so healthy. You know, she's got a healthy lifestyle like me, that they said that's why you're alive right now. And they just discovered it in July. She just started treatment a couple of months ago. So, but it will come back. This type probably will come back in her lungs or something like that. And, you know, feel bad. She's a beautiful girl, never got married. She's kind of stubborn, kind of picky. And so she has to rely on her family for this. And my parents are 80, and it's been a real struggle for them. They're heartbroken, as you can imagine. I try not thinking about it too much because I try to keep stress out of my life, but it is my sister. I have my own family that I got to take care of. But we all go through things in life. Nobody gets out free, brothers and sisters. And thank you, Quandale. Greetings from Brazil. Greetings, Magnus. My mom's friend takes chemotherapy too, so I know it's hard. Yeah, because she's so healthy though, she's handled it very well. But it will be back. The odds are it will be back. So, thank you, C90. Thank you. You know, and what's really stressing me out is my dog, my Labrador. He's got like a hernia by his butt, so pooping's a bitch, and he's 7 now, and we got to take him in for an operation. We're just trying to put it off, and because we know when they do that, they castrate him, so it's going to be a tremendous issue. That's what's stressing us out. But you know, I appreciate y'all. We all have stresses in life. They're not easy to deal with. It's you just got to try. You know, back in the day when I would get stressed, I would have some whiskey and all that, and I was not an alcoholic, but it did help relieve that a little bit. Now I just do what I can, work out. That's life, my brothers and sisters. We're all going to be all right. I appreciate you. My hands are freezing. Is there any other questions before I get out of here? Because my hands, I think I lost feeling in them. I can barely hold the phone. But I got to run to Trader Joe's, get some chestnuts, get a bunch of stuff. You know, things are looking good. If we could get above 100K, just expect a serious sell-off. I can't totally predict it, but we should have a pretty good retracement. It is a battle of the shorts and the longs, a serious battle. And eventually we'll win because we're smart enough to buy. Your alts will do okay. Everything will do okay. It really will. But we're early. You know, the momentum is still, you know, it's building up, but it's your selective few that are, let's turn on some heat, that are kind of doing this. You know, it's not all spread out in regards to your alts killing it. I mean, we're not there in the sense of parabolic stuff. We will be. I mean, isn't that good news though? Maybe you need something to heat your hands. Yes. Yeah, I have things, but I have gloves and everything, but I can't do the phone. I can do this, but if I want to look at like some notes I may have, or if I want to look at, I know I should be doing this. Screw it. Who cares? I should, what was I saying? I can't look at notes and I can't look at, you know, and that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Or, you know, when you ask me questions or something, I can't really talk about projects very well without being knowledgeable, you know, and having the prices in front of me, the markets, you know, the market cap and the token supply. I need to look at all that if I'm going to be truthful with you guys. I'm not going to just bullshit you. If I take over the chat too much, just yell at me. No, please, please, please. Do it. Do it. You bring a lot of value. Everyone on here does. And you know who brings just as much value as you do and I do? The new people. I mean, I'm just not one who, like, I don't want to see people get hurt. So I love it, C90. Keep it going. That's what I love. You know, I mean, look, I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't have a ton of people in the chat. all these channels do, and they don't answer their chat. They might answer one here or there. That's not what I'm about. Now, look, if I got 1,000 people in here and they're ripping questions like they do to George and Discover Crypto and Ran, I wouldn't be able to keep up. Of course not. But I'm not going to get on and just talk about the news and what everyone else does. That has no, that's great. I actually think if you take out 50% of what Discover Crypto does, it's the rest of the channel is awesome. If you take out actually the majority of what George does, he does some good stuff in regards to news. It's just he doesn't help you make money. He gives you some news, digital asset news. He gives you news. He does not tell you how to make, he doesn't help you and answer your questions. You know, you ask him for a price, and I never give price predictions. I give where I think it could possibly go if all the stars align. He'll say between $1 and $5,000. That doesn't help anyone, right? But also me saying, I think $50, that doesn't help anyone as well. It can hurt you because you think, oh, Vegan Crypto might know something. I don't. I know nothing. I truly know nothing. You know what, in regards to where a price can go. Nobody knows. Nobody honestly knows where something can go. Yeah, actually, when I get off of this, I'm going to actually listen to Discover Crypto, see what they have to say. It'll take over the chat too much. I'll never yell at you. I appreciate you. Looking forward to the live stream on the computer. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll be less dizzying. I use work computers, so that could be sketchy, but we'll figure it out. What I will leave you with, my brothers and my sisters, what I will leave you with is we're in the season. This should be all year round. Things are going to go great for you financially. They're going to go great. So that's nice. That'll help free up some things in your life and make some things less stressful. That's wonderful. But that's not the only important thing in life. Get your health together. Get your mind together. If you need anything, let me know. Comment. For you new people here, subscribe. Let me know how I can help you. Things are going to go very well. But you could have all the money in the world, and, you know, as going on with my sister and everything, it means nothing. It means nothing if you don't have your health and your peace of mind. So do something nice for someone this weekend. I will, live will be impossible going live tomorrow because we are doing the Thanksgiving, but I'll, hopefully Sunday or something. But if you have any questions or anything, comment. And I appreciate all you very much. Just like we should diversify assets and diversify my content intake, but no BS allowed. Exactly. And there's some entertaining stuff. Someone who I can't stand is BitBoy, and I know none of you can. He's comical. His conspiracy stuff is crazy. He's nuts. But I will put him on for about 10, 15 minutes every day, and then I just have to turn it off just to see what craziness he says. It kind of puts a chuckle on me. So I'll leave you guys. I appreciate y'all. Welcome to my old timers, my new timers, and the newbies. We don't want to get hurt in this part, so let's all communicate what we're doing, and we'll go from there. Skull, if you listen to this later, I know you got some stuff going on. You commented to me. I hope everything's okay. I'm happy to go to live to discuss with you if you need anything. I hope you're doing all right. Guys, you're all going to do amazing in this market. If everything keeps going the way it's going, you're all going to do great. You just have to hit the, when you're doing very well on something, you have to hit the sell button. If you leave money on the table and you made 100 grand, you made 50 grand, even if it's 10 grand, and that helps you a ton, wonderful. Always take money out for taxes. Always take profit out. If you want to throw some back in, go for it. But we didn't do all this work for nothing. Let's just make it happen. You're welcome, Cap or Die. Diamond hands, bro. That's right. Diamond hands, just know when to sell. We're all going to do wonderful. I love you all. I mean it. Be good to each other. Do something nice for someone else. Be good, my brothers and sisters. Be good.